You have been able to get your child into what you feel is a well-performing school. However, they're not thriving as excellently as you had expected. You wonder what the problem could be. Is there a problem with this school? Is there a problem with my child? This matter troubles you considerably, and you wonder what to do about it. Hi, my name is Fiona. Welcome to the space in which we work through the fundamentals of what it is that can make our child's school journey more successful, while giving both you and your child peace of mind, especially in circumstances in which you're operating with a limited support. A quality education can set your child up for much success in life, depending on what success means to you. These schools often boast methods of teaching and learning that provide the child the opportunity to come out accomplished and capable of competing across the globe. They tend to have excellent facilities, a wide range of activities, as well as unwavering commitment to excellence in the classroom, the sports field, and culturally as well. However, this comes at a hefty price. So today we look at the 3 common misconceptions that can get in the way of our children reaping the benefits of these remarkable schools. So the first misconception that we commonly have is that once our child is in this wonderful school, the main thing that we need to do as parents is just make sure they get to school daily and everything will fall into place, which is not unreasonable given the hefty fees that are paid in these places. However, we find that in spite of the great teacher commitment and wonderful facilities and activities, these children too do sometimes encounter worries or struggles which they may not have the opportunity to share with anybody. And so these concerns, these worries which they have not been able to share with anybody can be distractions and cause a degree of stress. And therefore, it doesn't matter how good the school is, if these are not dealt with, the child will struggle. What are some of the common worries among children? They include homework, being late for school, not getting good grades, health problems sometimes, being smaller or bigger or different from the other children, maybe not getting on with teachers, being left out of a group. They worry about not being good enough at sports. They sometimes worry about being hurt by other children or family members. So those are some of the common worries among children, but generally the 3 main worries they have stem from grades, stem from peers, stem from their parents. And so this begs the question, are you spending enough time with your child? Do they feel that they can take you into their confidence? Do they feel that they will be understood by you when they explain to you what they're going through? So if a child does feel that they can't fully share their challenges with you, it does 2 things. The first one is that it immediately helps take the weight of the problem off the child's mind. And the second is that the 2 of you can come up with a way forward to address whatever challenge that they have. This is important because it's not possible for us as parents to be able to solve challenges that they're going through that we do not know about. And so if we as parents are very busy or distracted, when we are with the child, we are not mentally or emotionally present and available, the child may struggle to reap the benefits of the impressive education that the school we've got them into has to offer. So the second misconception that can get in the way of our child reaping the benefits of a remarkable school lies in our underestimation of a key influence that exists within the school, but one which the school has limited influence over. And that is peers. or friend. Schools are microcosms of society, and therefore they will have children reflective of society. Your child will encounter children with different worldviews, different perceptions, and some children will be easier to get on with, and some children will be less easy to get on with. And so, do you make an effort to get to know your child's friends through the eyes of your child and through your own? Are you up to speed with their friendships? Irrespective of the excellence of the school at which your child is, it is essential that you help your child learn to understand the friendships that will keep them happy and that will work for them, and the friendships where this may be difficult. One of the best gifts that we can give our children from a friendship point of view is to guide them and model for them our positive values so that they can imbibe them and be able to attract similarly nice, good friends towards themselves and also be a good friend. Being a good friend is something that is taught, learnt, and they may, as a result, make mistakes from time to time. It is, however, a worthwhile skill for them to learn that will support them wonderfully in many facets of life long after school. And so without the relevant guidance, peers and friendships can contribute to a child being unhappy and struggling at school. A third misconception that may prevent our child from reaping the benefit of a remarkable school is that the child may not be putting in their best effort, thinking or feeling that the other children are better than them and that they cannot be as good as the others. It may therefore not occur to the child to take responsibility for their learning and own their success. A child that owns their own learning and also puts in the relevant effort is likely to benefit better from what the school has to offer and thus have a higher level of achievement. So the question here is, do we provide our children with opportunities that challenge them and develop their ability to take responsibility for their own learning? This is something worthwhile considering, especially in a school environment where it is a ratio of one teacher to more than one child. We would like our child to be able to participate with a reasonable level of support without giving up, so that they can benefit from what the school has to offer. So sometimes as parents, we may do things that are not helpful for the child to be able to learn to take responsibility for their own learning. A while ago, we had a child, about a 9 to 10-year-old little boy, and he had been given a project by the school to make a stuffed animal and bring it back in a few weeks, about 3 or so weeks, to present at school. So when the day came around, the various children stood up and made a presentation of what the processes they'd gone through to make the stuffed animal and how it had gone for them. So when it was the turn of this little boy, he stood up and said to the teacher that, Mom, Dad has started on the project. It's just that he hasn't finished it. So yes, it is faster, it is easier for the parent to do the work. But the problem with this is that it deprives the child of the opportunity to learn how to grow his own ability to put in the effort and get a result out of that effort. It will be difficult for him to see the link between effort and result. And certainly we do not want him thinking that if I'm to get any result, mom or dad has to do things for me. So within the home, it's helpful to give children age-appropriate responsibilities that can help them be able to grow their own responsibility for their learning. Chores are a wonderful way to do this, but you can also give them things that they enjoy doing. For instance, you could suggest to them that the next time They will be the one responsible for baking, for instance, the family cake. And when they do that, they can guide you about how to go about it. For instance, they can tell you what ingredients are needed, how much of the various ingredients, what will they use to measure, why do they need the various ingredients, what should they put in first, what should they put in second, third, fourth, last, so that the cake is successful. The point here is not so much about them getting these things right. No, the point is that they learn to be able to think through what may be required, to then come up with the steps that they shall use to create their end result, and then to go ahead and implement the steps that they have come up with. And at the end of that, to be able to stick with the process from the beginning of, working out what is needed right to the end of coming out with an end result. If done under your positive parental guidance and encouragement, this can be a wonderful way to grow their ability to take responsibility for their learning. So, for your child to be able to reap the benefits of a remarkable school, are you spending time with your child, and do you feel that they will be able to take you into their confidence regarding any difficulties or challenges that they may be facing? Secondly, do you make the effort to get to know your child's friends? Thirdly, do you provide your child with opportunities that challenge them and develop their ability to take age-appropriate responsibility for their learning? If you have found this video helpful, please like it and share it with anyone else who may find it useful.